Among the legends that circulate the mountains of Liyue, the Qilin are a type of noble and benevolent illuminated beast. Qilin often roam the mountain forests and appear only on nights where the starlight shines upon the clear mountain dew. For sustenance, they drink only spring water and eat only fragrant herbs. Qilin are gentle, illuminated beasts with grace and elegance flowing through their veins. It is said that they will never harm living things, refusing to step on an insect or break blades of grass. People believe that a Qilin's characteristics, behavior, and their every movement is dictated by an age-old etiquette that has remained unchanged for 1,000 years. Following the barbarous age of the Archon War, many Adepti became unable to continue living among the clamorous world of mortals. As a result, they withdrew themselves from society to live in seclusion in the bamboo groves and mountains. No longer would they interfere in the human world. Instead, they would rest in a realm of mountains and water. Yet some illuminated beasts have lived over 1,000 years with mortal cooperation. They had cultivated deep friendships with ordinary humans. They decided to carry out the will of the Lord of Geo in the mortal realm instead, assisting humanity with their adeptal powers and charity. According to one folktale, over 1,000 years ago, there were already those among the elegant Qilin that had begun to grow deeply attached to the savage mortals. One night, a herb gatherer was bathing in a mountain pool, when to his surprise, a passing Qilin began to eat the clothes that he had left by the water's edge. The illuminated beast was too young to understand the human notions of shame and privacy, and had yet to learn the conduct of illuminated beasts in the mortal realm. To make up for her crude behavior and to avoid startling the vulnerable mortal with her otherworldly adeptal appearance, she transformed into one of human bearing. As the pale light of the full moon fell onto the pool, she appeared before the herb gatherer. The young illuminated beast ultimately did not understand human notions of shame and privacy. She stood in that mountain forest lit by cold moonlight and the glow of fireflies, clothed only in dewdrops and the lunar gleam. Together with the ignorant mortal she traveled, strolling happily among the flowers and bamboo groves, revealing to him the mountain dwelling of the Adepti, interpreting for him the language of birds, sleeping lightly amid the cry of insects, sinking softly into shared and ancient dreams. As the herb gatherer began to stir at the first light of dawn, he awoke to find the noble illuminated beast had vanished without a trace. As for how this tale unfolds, opinions vary widely. Some people say that one night, the Qilin placed a bamboo basket outside the front door of the herb gatherer's home, before disappearing into the moonlit mist. When the herb gatherer came to the door, he found a child soundly asleep inside the basket. Many would believe that this child to be the secretary of the Qi Xing, the half-Qilin, half-human girl, Ganyu. Ganyu manages the day-to-day operations of the Yujing Terrace. It would even be fair to say that the Qi Xing would inevitably fall to mountains of paperwork, and that the Liyue's market would eventually crash if not for its secretary. New policies, regulations, and ordinances are announced each year to ensure the markets flourish. They are made through complex calculation through data gathered throughout the year. They are compiled, understood, and dumbed down for the human eye by Ganyu herself. Ganyu has a deep respect and admiration for Rex Lapis, and her contract with him is what keeps her motivated to do her task every single day. Whenever she is asked how she can stay motivated despite all her accomplishments already, she simply replies, "What I've done is nothing compared to what Rex Lapis has accomplished." Though Ganyu is well respected as a human being, she is still part Qilin, and though she grew up with humans, she still carries her Qilin traits, and being more than 3,000 years old have not helped with her quirks. Qilins are gentle in nature, and have a tendency of enjoying life. As such, Ganyu has a habit of taking nice afternoon naps, and despite her highly accurate internal clock, she can tend to fall asleep in the most awkward places, such as when she crawled into a roadside haystack only to wake up in Dihua Marsh, only because she bumped her head during the unloading of the haystack. She had to travel all the way back to Liyue. When told only to take naps where it's safe, she simply retorted, "Well, isn't everywhere in Liyue safe?" Despite having horns and being a weird human being, most people that come across her do not know she is part Qilin, as whenever anyone asks about her horns, she merely says that it is an ornamental heirloom. Part of this excuse though is that her horns are sensitive parts of her body, both physically and mentally speaking. These quirks though always makes her feel nervous, in that she thinks that if she's ever found out to be a Qilin, she is afraid that people would reject her and that she would be ostracized by the people of Liyue. Another secret that she is nervous and quite embarrassed about is that she is always watching her physique. For while Qilin in history are vegetarians and only eat the plants of Liyue, the taste has always been bland. As such, when the gastronomy of Liyue flourished and vegetables have become more and more delicious, Ganyu couldn't resist the taste of Liyue's food. In ancient times, while humanity was creating the best food, Ganyu would often dine these delicious dishes, to the point that during the Archon War, she once choked a giant monster to death with ease due to her getting lodged in its throat when it tried to eat her, suffocating the monster and killing it. Ganyu took this personally and vowed to watch her weight and physique, especially since she lives among the humans. However, she still secretly enjoys good food, especially when Xiangling is cooking. Ganyu is a very powerful individual, as while Qilins are paragons of benevolence, they do not shy away from their duty to the land and to the Lord of Geo. When wicked beasts and demons rose, they fought alongside the Yaksha to defend Liyue. They did not stand idle or choose peace when there was none. Ganyu answered the call of Morax during the Archon War, and when the war was over, she chose to stay in Liyue and help the humans build a new city. When the first Liyue Qixing needed support, she took the task and became their secretary. The moment she made that decision, a vision appeared, granting her even more strength, the power to resonate with the world to a degree beyond her natural abilities. With the passing of Rex Lapis as the monarch of Liyue and the ever-changing times of Teyvat, she still presides over Liyue as a Qixing secretary, and she further strengthened her will and determination to carry out her contract. Her vision is proof and witness of her duty to Liyue.